So acceptance, it means we take out our need to judge things. Doesn't mean don't ever judge stuff. But if you want the juice of mindfulness, you observe rather than judge. And what you said, exactly. We detach from the way we think things should or ought to be. The sunset should be this way. You should wear your hair this way. You should not yell at people like you're doing. You know, all these things, we kind of get rid of that should or ought to. What have we said about resisting? That which you resist persists. Carl Jung. That which you resist persists. Try and stop things from happening by resisting. Doesn't work. Whatever you're anti is going to stay. It really is. I know we think, man, I'm being useful. Here, funny story. To demonstrate this, when I was growing up, I lived in Provo, and there was a movie theater, and Provo's a very, very, and has always been a very conservative town. And the conservative people kind of run Provo, and they kind of like it that way. And I'm not making any judgment about that. That's just how Provo is. And so there's a movie theater that's not even there anymore, and there was a movie that came through in about 1970, I guess 1977, and it was St. Elmo's Fire. You know, and we'll think, now we think, really? But the people in Provo were up in arms. How could this movie possibly be showing in our town? And you know what they did? They protested. They protested the movie theater. They had people outside with signs saying, "Don't see this show." And they had articles in the paper about how awful this movie was, how nobody should see this show. What do you think happened to that show when it came to Provo? Everybody went to see it. It was there like 3 months longer than it probably would have if people would have said, yeah, whatever. Perfect example to me. What you resist, what you fight against, is going to keep that there. So, let go of that need for things to be a different way. This shouldn't be happening this way. This shouldn't be. Just let it go. Instead of fight. I know, especially now, it was so funny to watch this whole Judge Kavanaugh thing. Everybody's resisting. And how's the feelings that are, what's the result of the feelings? What feelings are showing up more and more as a result of that resistance? Is it, well, let's work together, let's be peaceful, let's come to what's happened? I've never seen more angry people in my life who are supposedly peaceful, noble people, senators. Oh my gosh, they were just, because there was so much resistance. Now, whatever your philosophy, whatever your politics is, I don't care. But it was interesting to watch how the more people resisted things, the more that stayed. And it happens over the war on drugs. Fight drugs. How much is the war on drugs stopping the drugs thing? No. We have way more drugs than we ever had. War on cancer. Whenever they have these I don't know if I should go this direction, but whenever somebody says, we're having a rally to fight against this, they say, will you come? I say, there's no way I'm going to show up for any of those. I'm not for or against them, but I know if I fight against it, it's just going to create more of that thing. Guaranteed. You look at history, whatever you fight against, it keeps it there. What you resist tends to persist. So, acceptance says, there's no shoulds, there's no ought tos. We mentally detach ourselves from those things and we just say, wow, I can accept that this is how things are.